Sup. The opinions and views expressed in this podcast are that of our own and Future Bachelor only, and not affiliated with any outside party or entity. This fun podcast may include some adult language.
Future Bachelor Podcast.
Otherwise, this is like a Luke P situation.
Yes, guys. Welcome to Future Bachelor. My name is Sai.
I'm Veronica.
And I'm Taylor Marie.
TM!
What's up?
TM!
Oh, okay. Disclaimer for everybody. We are without our sound effect.
There's always something wrong.
The kids love it.
Yeah, the kids love it. Yeah! So for this episode, we're actually just going to be doing our own sound effects because TM is actually a big fan of our sound effects, so I feel bad.
I will play the hype man for this episode.
Great.
Man.
This is episode 66.
66.
Woo! Pew, pew, pew.
Whoa,
All right, I'm not going to do as many air horns this episode.
Thank God.
Yeah. Thank God.
Thank God.
What's going on, guys? How's everything going? We started off with Rude. That song is like amazing to me. And did you guys like it as much as I did when it came out?
I don't think so. No.
I was obsessed.
I just didn't like the vibe of it. Like I like the sound, like sounding wise, it's great, but I didn't like the fact that it was all like just like I don't know. It's very archaic. Like gotta ask the dad. Where's the woman in this situation? Does she even want to get married? Who's to say? We don't know.
I like songs like that though, where there's a story and you're like trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
The other one,
that I was just like no. Like no. The answer's still no, bro. Like
Well, it leads me to question like the guy singing. Like, why would the dad really be saying no? Like, even if like a dad, like they usually
he wanted her to marry like some other guy or something. I was like,
yeah, there's a lot to unpack in that song.
Yeah,
right. There's a lot to think
deep.
about.
Yeah. Guys, we invited Taylor Marie to come over to be our guest host this week. And how do we know her?
Well, she went to Mizzou with me.
M-I-Z?
M-I-Z-Z-O-U.
Wow.
And actually, like, we never, like, truly met at Mizzou.
That's weird.
So, which is funny because, like, we ran in some of the same circles. Like, I'm pretty sure we probably were at, like, Fiesta Friday, Fiesta Thursdays together at the same time because I'd be over at
We
Katy.
can remember the same events and it was like, I was there too.
Yeah.
But I
it's
didn't
like you guys
know
are time
you
travelers
yet.
or something.
Yeah, it was kind of... Yeah,
just
but like
ships crossing in the night.
When some of our other Mizzou friends also moved here, and like one or both, like one of them Knip hit me up first, and I think Sarah hit you up.
Yeah.
We all then like got together and hung out, and then we were like the foursome of love and fun for a while.
Just the best friends that anyone could have.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
It was really
guys,
awesome.
I love friends. I was just saying because
me too, man.
like when did I get introduced to TM into this foursome?
Was it like last summer? Like for
TM was a very popular topic at the beginning of this podcast.
Probably because I love The Bachelor.
Yeah, no, that was not why. That was not why. But
it's because I had a crush on you.
Yeah, it was kind of very mild because I just met you in passing, but then it was just like kind of a funny thing that would be like, oh,
When did
TM.
we meet? I remember we partied at the Battery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've partied at some of
We've partied
Zach's.
now.
Yeah, it's Sims parties. Yeah.
Shout out
But
to Sims.
yeah, Sims always gets the shout out.
As
Yeah,
usual.
he just got back from Ireland, right?
He's still in Ireland.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but he finished his Ironman and he did pretty well. And for the Exceptional Foundation Atlanta, they raised over their goal of $15,000 to provide for the van for like folks with disabilities and things like that. So that's awesome.
That's
that all of
amazing.
them
Holy
did that
cow.
and they all finished their Ironmans and stuff like that. So.
Well, yeah, no. And then eventually you met Ray, who's awesome. Who's also an awesome guy.
Shout out to Ray.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ray.
Yo, Ray is sick, man. He's we played beer pong together a couple times, and he just
What a man.
Yeah, no, I mean he laughs at my jokes. I like people when they laugh at my
Dude,
jokes.
he
and
is the
stuff.
best.
Yeah, so
So
Ray's a
sweetie.
ship, but yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming to do this with us. Do you listen often to us, or?
I have to be the first listener because I drive all the time for work, so I wake up at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and
Oh
the
my
first
goodness.
thing I do is turn on The Bachelor. Or Future Bachelor.
Yeah,
Me,
no,
Future
that's
Bachelor
amazing.
podcast. Yeah.
What is it like being on this side of the show right now?
It's really fun. It feels a little weird. I feel like I've seen like a meme before where it's like a person who's sitting next to an advertisement, and like the advertisement is two people like eating ice cream and they're laughing, and then the person is like in real life eating ice cream pretending they're also laughing. Yeah, that's me when I listen to this podcast.
We send each other that meme like all the time.
That's amazing. Holy cow. Yeah, great way to put it.
Yeah.
I love when people use memes to describe things. You know, it really puts like a visual in my mind.
I'm very good at that game. What do you meme? Because I talk about memes all the time.
What do you meme?
It's a fun game. I always lose it for some reason. But yeah, no, that's awesome. Well, how has everything been this last week for y'all?
Well, we hung out together this past weekend. We went to Hilton Head together.
What is Hilton Head? Explain.
TM, do you want to explain what?
Sure.
Hilton
So this was actually our second annual Hilton Head trip.
Yeah, second. Oh, wow. Is that grammatically correct?
Yeah.
I don't know.
She hates that whole like I can't call like podcast episodes.
It's the second time we've gone, and it's
second
now
anniversary.
Exactly,
Okay,
second
cool.
anniversary. With that. So Veronica and I, and then our two friends, Zach and Evan, came last year, and my boyfriend Ray.
Yeah.
And so my parents have a house in Hilton Head
Island, South Carolina.
Yes, in South Carolina. Beach town, super like, well, I don't even know what the word is. Lots of developments.
Yeah.
Commercialized, very commercialized.
But it has a beach.
Does have a beach. Okay. We got wasted at the beach
what were you
with
guys
White
drinking?
Claws.
Nice.
We were drinking White Claws.
We introduced our two other guy friends to White Claws.
Yeah.
Salud.
Now they're fans. So
and now they love
White
it.
Claw fucking, give us a sponsorship, you bitches.
Yeah, we're giving you guys a lot of promo.
Ad rev.
But that's awesome. So you guys stayed there the whole weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we got incredible weather. It looked like it was going to rain, and it didn't.
Yeah, we
all got a little burnt because we ran out of
It's got some
sunscreen
color.
on Sunday or Saturday.
Yeah, the family size from Target is not, I thought it was plenty big. It was not big enough.
I think if you get the spray kind, it runs out.
It runs out
faster.
so
You got to do
fast.
the cream.
Wow. Well, guys, I almost died this weekend.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I'm not trying to be dramatic.
I'm like,
It was almost like fatality. Well, it started off with me going down to Orlando, and I got to hang out with my friends Chad, Kid Famous, known as the Traveler.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they always have cool names, and yeah, it was cool. And also my boy Kyle, and they do like a free hookah night on Thursday, so I got like straight from the airport straight to this free hookah night.
You're like, who?
Yeah, hookah. So that was stupid. I wish I had the sound effects right now. I'd be like, boom, boom, wah. But anyways, Friday I ended up going to the John Bellion concert over at the UCF Arena.
Yeah,
there.
and they didn't even play
They
our
didn't play
slapper?
our crop circles.
What
I was
a
very
hoe.
disappointed.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know. I just don't understand how you put out a new song and then don't perform it when you're on.
That's like
Like
it's
not
weird.
even
That's
as like
just
an
really
encore.
stupid.
Like that's like even
Yeah.
like you would like I don't know because technically Ariana Grande's encore was "Thank You Next."
yeah. Wait, did he do an encore?
He did an encore, which was awesome, but it was like I got really excited thinking it was going to be my song. I wanted to go and see that song. But apparently I'd gone with actually my ex Natasha. Shout out to her.
Wow, geez, we're bringing that back.
Well, I'm just saying because she looks at the set list for all these shows before you go to the concert. I never really think about like the set list.
We did that.
Well, do you do that?
I do not normally do that, but
Ray
you did.
Yeah,
and
Ray did that. Ray did that for
So
Ariana
like you know
Grande.
what songs are coming next? Like
Yeah.
she's gonna perform this. I mean that's interesting.
I mean, like, because sometimes the things online aren't like always right, but
Yeah.
like they're usually close.
That makes me feel like a grandfather that I like didn't know that you could do that. I'm just like,
Well,
you
yeah.
can't know what's gonna happen.
I know.
Like,
Well,
Come
usually,
on.
yeah,
You got a
usually-
cell phone? Because I don't. I'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, no.
Not
So
bitter.
we went to the concert. It was fun, but we went to surprise my boy DJ Steegee, also known as Paul's brother, Steven. And
yeah, that's why you had to be all like coded
Secret.
about what
I
you were
couldn't really
getting
talk
into
about it last week on the
last
episode.
week.
if you've listened before, you know.
yeah,
about
you know.
Steegee.
Yeah, you know about Steegee. Veronica makes fun of me because she thinks all my friends have like weird names. She's like,
Well, you just all of them have like funny
They
nicknames.
do have a lot of interesting.
Yeah.
Like what? There's
well, I got Steegee, I got PG, I got Krispy Kreme, I got like Cool Whip, I got
Cool
Whip.
Cool Whip.
That's the one that
Cool
sticks
Whip.
out.
Cool Whip.
Anyways, so yeah, and then we surprised them by going on a canoe trip on Saturday, which I ended up like tipping our boat over 'cause we were like about to like hit this branch, and everyone was getting caught up at the one opening, and the girl that was on like my boat with me, her name is Amber, my friend. Shout out to her.
Meow, meow, meow.
Yeah, thank you. She was like, "Let's go under," and I was like, all right, let's do it. And
So you did it on purpose?
Well, it was like, let's just try it. You know, it's just one of those things where like you try to
under the branch. I thought you meant like, let's go under.
No. No. You would thought that because like once we got on the branch, she's like able to go backwards in the boat, and I'm not able to like get inside the boat. I should have gone forward inside the boat, but when it got down to it, I was like, I'm gonna scrape my face or my back, whatever like I'm trying to do right now. So I hop over the branch and I clear the branch and I get back on the boat, and I just like I couldn't like catch my balance.
I can't picture this in my brain. So you stood up and hopped over the branch in a canoe?
It sounds like
landed.
some Dora the Explorer shit.
It
like,
was.
can't go under it.
Yeah.
Gotta go over it.
Yeah,
that's what happened. I mean,
you needed to really just go around it.
But the crazy part is going down, like they talk about like there's monkeys out there and stuff, and like with herpes and
what?
Yeah,
in
they
Orlando?
said no, it's like Ocala, it's like an hour
okay.
But anyways, we saw like 3 alligators before we did that. So
I feel like the
boat
with
tips over, all of our stuff falls in, the boat starts filling up with water, the river's running, so it's not just like still, it
and
just
it's like
goes
moving.
Yeah,
Oh, Jesus
and
Christ.
I'm like I can't catch my breath. I'm like I'm trying to catch my breath, and it's just like I panic a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. And then also like I'm trying to like not lose my wallet. That I'm gotta fly, and all this stuff. And
my goodness.
I have my phone, my Beats pill, all that stuff falls in the water. But also I'm with Amber, and I don't want her to get hurt. So we're like, I'm like, let's get to the edge. So we bring the boat and everything to the edge, and it's like we have to like there's not even ground over by the edge. It's just roots. And we tipped the, we have to get.
I've kayaked.
I don't like any part of the
I've
story.
Dude, it was crazy.
It's just like roots and stuff.
We survived, but like after that, it was pretty. Oh, we fell like one more time, but it was only because I didn't have my pad and I slipped right off the boat. Like we kind
was
of.
it deep?
I mean, I wasn't touching the bottom. That's for sure.
I think that's actually better. You don't want to touch the bottom.
Yeah,
That
I mean, dude,
grosses
it
you
was
out.
fucking kind of scary, dude.
Did you have a life jacket on?
No.
Oh my god.
They had life jackets, but I didn't have it on. And like now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I wish if I had a life jacket on, it would have been a lot better. But
yeah,
we survived, and it was a story to tell, and we had a really fun night camping and stuff, and then ended up coming back, and my phone died. So like I've been without a phone for like over 5 days. AT&T, mom, cover your ears. Fuck you, because like it's been like really hard to get my phone and stuff right now, and like
but
people have been hitting me up, and the only way I can communicate is through iMessage on my Mac.
And that
like,
sounds
I
like
have no
such
one's
a
number.
first world problem, because it's like, but like
I know I hate talking about it because like I was stressed out about getting an Uber from the airport back here. I had to like
I spent an entire summer abroad without a cell phone, and it was like everything was hard because you're like, well, I need to know where to go, but I don't
is it
have a
different
map.
abroad than it would be in America?
I think it was different in abroad because I also didn't know where I was. It happened like 3 days into me getting there.
Oh shoot!
Did you
this
get
was
it
like an
stolen?
accident.
Yeah, it got stolen out of my pocket. I was in Brussels.
Oh my
and,
gosh.
Someone took my phone, and then it was like, well, I don't know how to get back to my hotel because I don't remember the address.
Oh my god!
And I don't know where work is the next day.
You really find out your survival skills.
Yeah, I really, and like the littlest things, like being able to like listen to music while you walk. When I got back to America, I was like, this is amazing.
Right.
You can listen to music wherever you go.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
No, I know. The cell phone thing.
Podcast.
The thing is,
And
though,
podcast.
it does feel good to not have to like use it though. Like, I
Right.
mean, you realize when you don't have it, how many times you go to just grab it. I'm like,
yeah,
I'm sure
all
you've
day
also,
long. Like you look like you feel like a psycho. Like you're like, why am I grabbing?
My friend has like done different like studies on that.
It's
like,
weird.
with like just people's need to like hold it. Like she used like different.
And what a
like,
time
thumbs.
waster it is. Like, you know what I'm
Really?
saying? Like I legit waste time like regularly now. Like,
Have you started to notice like when you're in conversations with people that like they like check their phones while you just have nothing to do while everyone else checks their
No,
phone?
I mean I find other ways. Like I have my iPad.
I usually
like, you
yell
know.
at people if like I'm out with people, like even like with my coworkers for lunches. I'm like, could we?
I do hate that. Like I have some friends that just like will be on their phone. You're talking to them and they like don't like say anything.
Yeah.
I forgot to turn off the air conditioning, so take it away.
Okay.
Yeah, but so yeah. Well, actually, why don't we
Do we
start?
wanna get into
so
our-
maybe make some sound effects. Quick hits. Actually, the air conditioning kind of helped with that.
There
huh?
we go.
All
What do you
right.
got for some quick hits, V?
I'll start us off. So I think we're living in a time now where if a time traveler, to go with like size thing of loving time travel, if a time traveler came to our time now, they'd be confused. Like if they came from like the 80s and 90s and they came now, they'd be confused.
How so?
Because spicy nugs are for sure coming back to Wendy's August 19th. I'm going. We all know I love Nugs. We all know it.
I did not think this conversation was going there. But
And then also, Toys R Us.
okay.
Toys
It's
R
coming
Us.
back?
It's coming back.
Why did they even close?
Select stores because Amazon's putting everyone out of business. Amazon is kind of like big pharma that way. But
Interesting.
But what is their point of coming back?
Yeah,
Just
what's
to be
the point of coming
nostalgic?
back?
well, people will go and buy shit there. They're gonna come back in time for the holiday season. So
And
I'm
Blockbuster
thinking,
should do that.
Are they
I
going to be
know.
the new Spirit Halloween for Christmas?
Oh my God, kind of probably. So they're gonna be back in time for the holiday season, and they're
That's
opening
smart.
up their e-commerce store. So like, then,
Oh.
I mean, so like,
Everyone has their own app or their own thing now. Like, you know.
I think when Toys R Us closed, people were legitimately sad about it. They were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's a sad
You guys
thing."
like remember the theme song?
oh,
I want to be a
I
Toys R
don't
Us
wanna
kid.
grow up. I'm a
want
Toys R Us kid. There's a million
Ooh, wow, I
toys
don't
at
know at
Toys
all.
R Us that I could play with.
Wow, shit.
From bikes to planes to
Barbies.
video games. It's the biggest toy store there is. Gee whiz!
You're
Wow.
like surprising me with the like second verse of
I don't
Proud to
want
Be
to grow
American or
up. Because
something.
baby, if I did, I wouldn't be
Yeah,
a Toys R Us kid. Bum.
Bum, bum. Yeah, I remember.
I had to finish it when I got that far, you know. I didn't
You
mean to
went
just-
for it?
I went for it.
You went for
Had to
it.
shoot
But
my
yeah,
shot.
so
Do it live.
doing it live.
Dude,
Doing it
I should
live.
make a remix of that for when they come back. I'll go viral.
Jesus
Don't
Christ.
steal my idea. Let's go.
Yeah, with
Anyway.
ukulele or something. yeah.
Ukulele.
So yeah, like I don't really know what year we're living in, but it's gonna be great.
Anyways.
All right.
Catch
Well,
me
shout
with
out to
some-
everyone that sang along with me with the Toys R Us song.
Yeah,
I know
if you're
there's
in
a
the
couple out
car
there.
or whatever.
Yeah.
So Lil Nas X,
Okay.
he dropped his new album. Well,
I do
EP.
like how Lil Nas X has became like the Ariana next Ariana
Next
Grande.
Ariana
he
Grande
has, like,
for a show.
it's always an update. Like
Where is
I'm
he
like,
now?
Yeah. Well, what does he got? What's going on
So
with him?
he dropped his EP 7 or it's called 7. Right?
7.
Yeah, and he also for 12th week in a row, 12. 12.
12.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Has the number 1 spot.
That's like 2 more than 10.
Fuck you.
I'm just saying.
Counting. Got it.
Get your math in when you can, kids.
Oh lordy,
Oh.
he's got the number 1 spot. So that means Taylor Swift's song "You Need to Calm Down" did not premiere at number 1. It premiered at
Wow,
number
dude,
2.
Little Nas X, man.
So
That's
fuck
crazy.
you, Taylor.
Yeah.
No,
but
but
she
I-
doesn't deserve it. I agree.
No, I mean, shoot, like
Shoot.
Little Nas X. You know, what do you guys think about those songs? We listened to a little Panini before the show.
Okay,
That was
honestly,
vibing.
We
That
like
was
them.
I
vibing.
listened through his entire EP, and each song kind of has a different vibe. And like people can, I know Taylor Marie here does not like Old Town Road. She's
I can't stand it. I can't stand it.
Why?
But
What do you hate about it?
It's just so
the
stupid.
Beat, the beat,
I don't know.
The beat is so fucking good though.
Yeah.
The beat is good. The lyrics are dumb AF. Like,
Yeah.
if you don't
But
like
it's
country
great.
music, which I really am not a huge fan of,
Yeah.
it's essentially a country song of
Yep.
like, I got the horses in
It's
the
a satire.
back. Like,
See, that's why I like it
Yeah,
though.
it's kind of funny. You can't, like, it comes on at a party. Everyone goes crazy.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
just is
my
one.
favorite thing ever is the video that you mentioned of the kids bopping.
Yeah, dude, that's
Honestly, that like I need to watch that more this week because like I've been like in a mood here and there, but I'm like if I just watch those kids, I like have hope.
What's that
It
Fortnite
really,
dance?
it
It's
really
so
makes me
funny.
happy. So I think I've started liking the song since I saw that video.
Okay. That's
See,
amazing.
the kids are the future, you
Yeah.
guys.
What they like, we like. But yeah, Taylor Swift. We'll get out of here.
But
U.S. women's soccer killing the game.
so U.S. women's soccer. First of all, like it is the World Cup for women, which like they're already,
Too much.
you know it. They're winning. They're doing great, and they're also fighting for pay equality, which is great.
Amazing.
Because like they're not getting paid as much as the men, and the men suck.
Yeah.
The U.S. men, other teams are fine.
Oh.
U.S. men are bad, but also, so Megan Rapinoe, who's one of the co-captains, her and Alex Morgan, she has been kneeling during the national anthem before games and stuff because she
Bill
wants.
Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, she wants to support because she's like, you know what, like, she's white, but she's also like, she's a lesbian, whatever. She's like, it's not like we're not free till we're all free kind of thing. Like, so I'm going to support this. And Donald Trump kind of called her out being like, I don't support her doing this. And, she's kind of like, I don't give a shit what you say. And she's like, I'm not like, even if we win and like we get invited to the White House, like I'm not going to the White House. Like, I'm not going to go. And so like after she like said that in some interview that like got published recently, he like then was like, well, you guys are invited to the White House. Like, no matter what, like the only people who don't want to come to the White House are the NBA, which like, because now the NBA is having this whole other thing like this where they don't want to call like NBA team owners because they're like, that looks like slave owners because most of the players are black.
Oh, that's really messed up.
I
don't like that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, the NPA is definitely the most corrupt.
But
of
like
all
you
the
can't
things,
call like
though.
owners of anything then.
Yeah.
Like that's like what you read on an LLC. Or I'm like, that's what it says on the LLC. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, it's a little different, I feel like, for other stuff. But it's a kind of like, where's the line for that? But like, so Trump was calling them out mid being like, well, the U.S. women's team is invited no matter if they win or lose. Like everyone loves coming to the White House. And I was like, what about the college football players that got fed like fast food? And
I like McDonald's.
we love in this house, we love McDonald's.
It's very true.
I mean, what's more American? I don't know.
Wow.
We love McDonald's.
Well,
but
that's cool.
Yeah.
So, what's it called? We got new music coming from Demi Lovato.
So Demi's in the studio, which we already knew-ish because she signed to Scooter Braun.
Okay.
And but like she's definitely like about to make whatever song, like her songs or like her album, it's gonna be very much so about her recovery journey.
Yeah.
And because like she's very much so like, I hate what other people are saying, like, they don't know my journey, they don't know me.
I just want to hear some music. That's about it. Like,
She's got pipes, so like I'm excited.
Let's go. All right. So, Are You the One is actually a show that I
you
watch.
like this
I
show.
love obviously like reality TV. My favorites are You the One, Bachelor, Bachelorette, definitely Bachelor in Paradise, but like
Paradise.
Real World. But the challenge kind of got me like into all this stuff. But Are You the One actually now has like if you're on that show, you can actually go on the challenge on
Can you
MTV.
give me some background about Are You the One? I've never heard of it before.
Okay, Are You the One is a really cool game show.
It's really cool idea.
All right, so the reason why we're talking about it, we'll get into in a second, but let me just break down what Are You the One is. It's a dating show, and it first started off with 10 couples, but now it's like 11. But they're not even couples. They're just like 10 or 11.
Usually like 10 guys, 10 girls.
Yeah.
Okay.
And essentially, they're meant to find their perfect match. Like they have like secret doctors or whatever like that
matchmakers and stuff like figure out like who would be the like out of this group of people who would be the best match for each other.
Okay. And then essentially at the end of every episode, like they have to match up, like it's like the guy's episode or the girl's episode, and they have to pick who they think their perfect match is.
Room of truth or some shit.
They have a room of truth where like if you go in as a couple, it'll tell you if you're not. But then there's 10 beams of light. So if like for every
room of truth, I'm very confused by this.
Okay, the room of truth, like they'll get to win a date, and whoever goes on a date goes like into like they're in the option of being in the room of truth, and on the TV they like vote who they want to send in, like out of those two couples that just went out on a date, who they think is the perfect match. Because if it is a perfect match, then you have like it's your one opportunity to be able to find out if you have one perfect match in the whole. You have to get a perfect match from everybody to win $1 million.
The whole point of the show is that
everyone has to find
their perfect match so they could split $1 million.
Yeah.
Oh,
between 10 people.
So it's like
between
you're
20
all
people.
rooting for each other.
Well, you would think that because like right when you go into the show, everyone's like, they're like, I'm here to find like, this is what I like. And then they immediately get magnetic to like whoever their type. It's like actually the show that taught me that you should not go for your type. You know what I'm saying?
That's the truth.
Yeah.
What's that real?
Because everyone, the first two episodes, it's like the dumb girl that gets with the same guy that just like, plays like her and stuff like that. And then they get stuck to each other. And you like form these relationships, but you still have to date other people in the house.
Because you want to make sure you find your perfect man.
Right. You have to date other people. Girl. So, yeah, it's kind of a crazy concept. And apparently now they threw another like crazy twist in it.
So this is the first of its kind in U.S. TV reality like history where the show is all full of like sexually fluid people, so they may like identify as pansexual, bisexual, but all of them, like the general underlying thing is that they're fluid. Some of them are trans, some of them are like whatever, like just non-binary, but like the whole idea is that it's 16 people and they all just are like, you know, like I'm sexually fluid. I don't like subscribe to, maybe they don't subscribe to gender specifically. They don't subscribe to like, you know, being like heterosexual or homosexual. So like they're just all like kind of more open in that sense, which is something I guess like the producer, one of like the head guy had been finding through like a lot of their casting processes in the past, was like, nowadays like a lot of people keep saying like, you know, when I date a guy, because like they have to do all these questionnaires so that like the matchmakers can base shit off of stuff, and so like they were like, a lot of people were saying, you know, well, when I date a guy I do this, when I date a girl I do this, and they're like, maybe we should just make a whole season surrounding this idea of like people aren't just subscribing to.
So do you think we'll get like any heterosexual relationships?
I think we'll get some more what might look more like typified as a heteronormative relationship, but that doesn't mean that like they're heterosexual, like the folks in it. Like it might look heteronormative, like there might be like a guy with a girl, if that's how.
Okay, I'm just trying to like, I'm just trying to get, because also like it raises the question for me, like, okay, that's really cool. Would they be able to get away with doing like Are You the One, just black people?
Just black people. Interesting.
Like, right? Because like that's just like what I'm thinking.
Yeah, but like I feel like just black people is a little bit different than like saying just sexually fluid people, because like that's encompassing, like you could be any, like that's like literally like one tiny aspect where like
I think
race
I think
is
it's
like a little bit
than
more all
race.
encompassing.
I think it's different
But
than race
you are
because
what you are, right?
the goal is also like finding like your sexual companion. So it's different that it's inclusive to all different sexual orientations, whereas I feel like focusing on only one race would be weird. But
well, I only bring that up because I think it's an interesting concept for MTV to do, because I was saying like now like people from the real world go on the challenge, people from Are You the One go on the challenge, like they have like people from other shows and stuff go on it.
Oh my gosh.
So now they will have this influx of, you know, sexually what is it?
So the general term is just like sexually or gender fluid.
Sexually gender fluid. All right, whatever. Like I'm just saying, I don't know if it sounds crazy to me. Like, what does that even mean? Sexually fluid?
Well, it's like, because it's a better term, because then it doesn't like give people specific terms, because like some folks like identify as bisexual, some folks might identify as like pansexual, meaning like it doesn't matter, gender
expression,
expression, whatever, that they're
but
like,
being bisexual makes you sexually fluid.
the idea
Yes.
the idea is that like there aren't boxes. So like LGBTQ like puts everyone lesbian, gay, bi. Sexual fluidity is like I couldn't go.
yeah.
So there's not just a straight.
more like-
There's not just a straight
Yeah, like,
straight
it
gay
goes-
person.
Maybe I'm
goes more
acting
to,
straight
like-
today, but I could be acting like a lesbian.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
like, and it goes more to like the Q part of LGBTQ,
So
which is like
they
queer.
won't have just like a gay person on there.
So like people like they might, some of these folks like might, you know, refer to themselves colloquially like as gay or whatever, but that's like more like nowadays like that's more of like can be an all encompassing term, Jesus, to be like, you know, I have a lot of people who like one of my really good friends, Ryan, he like has been
name dropping.
Yeah, he's been dating a man for a really long time, but like he's dated women and whatever, and he's like, he calls himself gay, but I don't think like he like, you know, isn't like just specifically attracted to men. He's
Right.
like, so it's like all about like, because there's like a trans man on the show, there's like someone who is just non-binary, so like they don't like, they may have like guy parts, but they don't like say like their pronouns will be they them. They're not gonna say like he him. So like there's that kind of thing. Then there's like a lot of like very like maybe what you would consider like normal presenting like women who some of them go like will just be like he like,
you know what the
she,
next
her.
step of all this is they're gonna have like an episode where it's just like, or a season where it's just like young people, like young like adults, and then old people. Like, you know what I'm saying? That'd be crazy, right?
Like how old are we talking?
Whoa.
It doesn't matter. There's a bunch of old women and old men and a bunch of young women and young men, but you can only date out of this pool or something
boy.
like that.
Oh my God!
That
Find
crazy?
your sugar, find
Did I
your
just
sugar
come up with,
daddy
like,
or
a-
sugar mama.
Yo, what
Yeah, oh yeah, like a sugar, like sugar mama, sugar
Not
daddy.
even, just like to see if like young girls would like mess with some older guys or some young guys?
So,
like,
it depends the age.
Yeah, how old we talking?
Yeah.
like up to 50.
How old we talking?
We're talking like 22 to 50.
So age
Okay,
gap
yeah.
would have to be 30 plus, is what you're saying.
Or like, no.
I mean, it
No.
could range from that.
Okay.
Like,
It could range from,
So we're
like-
not talking about sexual fluid. We're talking about age fluid.
How old will you go?
Yo,
How old will you go?
Oh, yo, Bob.
Jesus.
It's a great conversation. But yeah, no, I thought it was pretty interesting. It'll be
I'm
interesting to
definitely
see
gonna
how it
watch
affects the
it.
game.
Oh yeah, I will
Like,
totally be watching
as
the
a
show.
Yeah,
It technically premieres as we're recording this episode. I think it premieres tonight, but I mean, like, we all have like systems to watch shit later. So.
Yeah, you have to check out other seasons though. It's very interesting actually. It's that's like one of the reasons why I like The Bachelor, but even more so Are You the One is like even more hyper focused on people dating each other, not just like
Yeah.
one group of gender like going for one
Yeah.
person.
Well,
it's like crazy.
like, and
you
it's
see people's
interesting.
personalities like
It sounds more
you could-
like Bachelor in Paradise.
Right, exactly.
Or
It is.
what used to be
Is the
Bachelor
best.
Pad. Like, Bachelor Pad used to be very much so like you were competing to like make like to get money, and it was
Except
all
Bachelor in
about, like,
Paradise, like you have to fall in love to stay on the show.
Yeah.
Right.
This one it's like you can a failed relationship by the end of the season you'd already dated like literally 3 other people or something like that. So it's
And like they like much like
It's
The
weird
Bachelor,
how
they
they
have like no
move on.
access to like the outside world. They have no phones, no anything. But like they also like can't use like pen and paper because like you can use that to like figure out like use math and stuff to try to figure out like who's what match.
well, they do math actually. By the end of the show, it usually comes down. There's like 2 ways of playing the game. It's like play with your heart, or you play by strategy, which is like eventually
what I would
every time you
I want
find
money.
out how many beams you have, you know how many couples who sat next to each other at the ceremony and stuff like that. So
That's why,
eventually
yeah.
by the end,
That's
you
why they
can
use,
kind
like,
of do
other
the math.
shit.
You
Yeah.
can kind of do the math of
So you're
like.
trying to figure out who's not
perfect-
matched with
you want to
someone?
see
And
well,
sometimes
everyone's
perfect
matched.
matches, like the matchmakers, like matched you together with someone, and they actually don't date, but they're just like you have to find who the matchmakers
thought
thought
your
was going
match.
to perfect match. So it doesn't even matter if you guys
Not
fall in
allowed
love.
pen and paper. You're like scrawling on the wall with like a rock
Yeah.
or something.
No, I guess like a lot of them in the past have like used like different objects to be like, okay, well, there's this many like for this woman, this
make a
whatever.
shiv.
Like, yeah.
It's like prison.
Jesus Christ.
Um,
Anyways,
what else we got?
So Drake passes the Beatles and now holds the second.
Hold on, before we get into that,
Do we need some
like
more White
you
Claws?
know, we gave a little
Oh,
since.
Excuse me.
What's your nickname?
the
Mrs.
Mrs.
Claus.
Claus?
That's so amazing.
Do you have a flavor preference?
don't-
Yeah, black cherry if it is there. Yeah, guys. Mrs. Claus is passing out the White Claws right now,
I
and
gotta hurry up and get another one.
yeah.
No,
What we like
you're
to do
fine.
this on the mic. You
Yeah,
ready?
hang on,
One.
hang on. Oh shit, hang on. Ready, go.
Cheers. You guys are here with us right now. All right, what were we talking about, Drake and the Beatles?
You got claw on your computer
Oh,
screen.
whatever.
So Drake.
I got more computers.
Yeah, you do. You do.
Not a cell phone though.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
So Drake passes the Beatles and now holds the second most top 10s in the Billboard charts.
Wow.
With it taking him to that spot is Money in the Grave.
I
So
don't really even like that song.
I like that song.
Are you guys big Drake fans?
I'm a decent Drake fan.
I'm
I
a
wouldn't
fan
say
of Drake
big. I'm
that
a
I like his. I
medium-sized
like
Drake
some
fan.
songs by him, but
I mean,
I
I
don't
think
like
he's hot.
every song, and I'm not looking at him like that. So it's
Yeah.
like I just don't like to give people like just all the credit just because
No, I don't give him credit.
they're hype beast. You know what I'm saying? Like, because everybody likes them.
I think
Yeah.
I honestly don't love his like sports fan situation. Like
Yeah.
Oh
He's
my
over
God,
the top.
Ray freaks out about that. I'm
Yeah.
like, if
So
if I
corny.
catch you on a Sunday watching the Giants, you're just like that. What's the problem here?
Shout out to Ray. No. But yeah, I mean, I have with Drake. I remember when he came out. I remember all the first songs and stuff. But like everybody has been about Drake since he's came out, and I was like, I'm just like that. I'm not gonna just listen because everybody likes it. But his songs were that good that eventually, like, I just became a fan.
Baby.
Yeah, he just has some great ass songs.
Yeah.
But I don't like all of them.
I feel like my love for Drake has progressed where now I'm not as obsessed as I used to be.
I used to be
Yeah.
more obsessed. I
but
will agree.
like there were some
Like, what
like
do you
hot years.
Yeah, do you like these songs?
No, not
Exactly.
really.
Me
I feel
either.
like my last songs that I really liked were
The one where
oh
he's
my
sitting on
gosh.
top of the thing.
I really liked when he was in a feud with Meek Mill.
Me too.
Yeah.
But that was a while ago.
You know what I just got into again? Just hold on, we're going home.
Yeah.
Yo, that song is crazy.
song.
Going home. Yo, I was just like, damn, I forgot about this one. Like, he has so many
Honestly,
songs.
a lot of songs that he's featured on are like some of them are better than some of his like actual songs.
But like when
Yeah.
he came out with that one, it was like so different from the rest of his stuff. I
Right.
got my eyes
Eyes
on
on
you.
you.
Damn, I might have to start the show off
Yeah.
next week. But yeah, so that's dope. Good for Drake.
Madonna's still number one though. She holds the most. I think. I mean, like,
Wow.
and she's actually
Really?
putting out. She just put out new music, and actually, I think her album went number one for like the album
Damn,
chart.
this is a lot for Madonna.
It does.
She's like an
I
icon.
She is an
I
icon.
love Madonna, but
Icon
like I
living.
have not listened to.
Give her
oh my
her
God.
roses.
I love
What do you listen to?
Madonna.
She's got a song that's like, "Bitch, I'm Madonna."
I like that
Yeah.
song,
That song's
actually.
good.
Yo,
That song's actually fun.
well, because she has like
like a virgin.
no, the bitch on Madonna song is actually really good.
That's so good.
Because she had Nicki
That's
Minaj
actually-
on it.
Yeah, that's like 2013. Like that's pretty recent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, I'm not gonna lie. I like songs that I like, and I did like that one.
I
That's a
like
good
songs
one.
that I like.
I like what I like.
I like what I like. But yeah, so
Speaking of charts, I'll
Yep.
just skip down and then I'll go back.
Okay.
Miley Cyrus is one of like the few soloists that has charted under 3 different names.
wow.
So she's charted as herself, Miley,
Mhm.
and then also as everyone's fave alter ego, Hannah Montana. The best of both worlds, but now it's 3 worlds. So
Whoa.
because
and
she-
then Black Mirror also.
the Black Mirror song by her
Have you heard it?
character Ashley O. Yeah, it's actually a bop.
Yo,
I'm on a roll.
Yeah.
That one should have been.
dude, that was my. So Black Mirror
was
dropped
wondering.
3 episodes, and that was the season finale, I guess you say, and it was really freaking good. Like
I need to watch it.
it was
I-
so good.
I can't watch
It's like
that
a little
show. It
mini
freaks me out.
movie.
It just makes me mad.
But
honestly,
if you
I'm
were to
like
watch
totally
one,
angry.
you would like it. Like this is like a little mini movie
Some of
about
them
like
are-
Miley
some of them
Cyrus.
are more
It's dark
freaky.
too.
Okay.
It's like good. I'm telling you, it was my favorite episode of that season.
But then you might need to like have like a nice buffer of something like maybe
And she kind of plays herself.
The
like
Office.
I was
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
say the Great British Bake Off.
That
show
too.
always makes me feel good.
no. You know what show right now is the craziest show I've ever seen? It's called Dark on Netflix, and it's like if you watch
Is that the
it.
zombie one?
No, it's not zombie. It's like a time travel show, of
Of
course.
course.
But listen, it's so good. You guys need to watch Dark on Netflix, but also watch Black Mirror. And then what was the show you guys were talking about?
I was talking about The Office.
Oh, what about The Office?
So it's speaking of Netflix, it's leaving Netflix
no.
in January 2021. So we got some time.
Okay.
But that's
That's-
because it will be going with the NBC streaming service.
That's like the end of an era, people.
Era.
I know people are kind of like there's so many memes about it. Like people are freaking out. My thing is like you got like a couple of
It's a number
years,
one show.
folks.
It's a number
I
one
don't
show
know.
on Netflix, and yeah,
I
just
honestly,
like
I'm gonna be
get the
like
freaking DVD.
unpopular opinion. I'm not like I don't need to rewatch The Office like 50 bajillion times.
Try something new, guys.
Right.
There's
There's
lots
so
of
many
new
shows like
content
Dark
being
on
made.
Netflix because it's so good. Listen.
Listen.
But yeah, that's great for Miley Cyrus. 3 different alter egos. That's sick.
Yeah.
You made me laugh with this one. It's like weed is legal in Illinois. Bam, bam.
So recreational weed, marijuana, Mary
Amazing.
Jane, if you will, just got passed into law into my home state of Illinois and will be like a thing. Those always like it starts like January
Yeah,
2020.
do it in the mic.
I'm trying. I
Yeah.
got it. My fingers are all.
There you go.
Yeah. So that's great for my home state, and great. We're just gonna keep. And they also I think part of it was wiping away a lot of the littler charges of weed possession in the
Good.
state of
Good
Illinois.
for
Man, that's
them.
definitely
Which
a
is
state
like
that
that
could
is
use
what we
less
need to
people
do.
in jail. Yeah. That's what's up. Well, yo, what
You
made
okay,
you go?
bub?
What made you? Sorry, like the carving from
okay?
all this stuff. But what made you go yikes this week? What was your yikes moment? With me? What was it like? Yikes, you know?
Wow. Could you say that one more time?
Yikes.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is a baby yikes,
Mhm.
just kind of on multiple levels.
It's
But
like yikes.
so yikes. So Dr. Phil kind of spilled the beans
Uh-huh.
on when Sophie Turner and Joe Jonas's real wedding. So they got married in Vegas, but they're having they had always planned their real wedding reception, all that jazz is going to be in Paris, and they're already there. And they posted a cute picture, both of them did, to their individual Instagrams this past Saturday. And Dr. Phil, who I guess is invited,
Not anymore.
And someone said on the radio actually that like maybe he's invited because he was based in Dallas, and the Jonas Brothers are based in Dallas for like a large part of their like early years.
Well, I mean, Dr. Phil is so rich and successful. Like,
but like
probably,
I don't just see like Joe
come
Jonas
over.
being like
I don't know. He's like at least C-list.
Dude, no. People love Dr. Phil.
I don't know why.
No,
but
he's awesome, and his son's like a comedian. Like, dude, Dr.
His
Phil is
son's
a man,
comedian?
but
I
he's
didn't
not
know
a
that.
doctor actually. So,
well, yeah, we all know that.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, he replied to like he commented on one of their Instagram posts of them in Paris being all like, oh, like, shave it for next week, you guys. Can't wait to see you for the wedding in a week. And this was on Saturday, so everyone knows that their wedding is this upcoming Saturday.
Dude.
Dr.
So,
Phil.
like, and, like, the whole thing is, like, they already, like, kind of, like, were, like, their wedding in Vegas is supposed to be more of a, like, low-key thing. But Diplo did a live Instagram video of the entire thing, and they're like, MF and Diplo.
Yeah, they need to call him not Dr. Phil, but Dr.
Spill
the
Hey!
Beans. Yo, she knew I'll go there. She knew I'll go there. But bump.
And I hate you.
Womp, 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 womp. All right.
Good one.
Jesus.
But yeah, that's what's up.
Do we want to just go straight into what do we want to get into?
Let's just talk to Taylor Marie, and we'll talk about what's your experience been like with the show. Like, what is it like? Have you heard us talk about you before?
I have. I love it when my name comes up because I'm a human and I love to hear my own name.
She knows.
But no, I think it's made it more fun for me to just like take part in pop culture. I feel
Right.
like because I love to hear your opinions on things. And I'm.
Are you like a fan of The Bachelor? And
Oh,
Bachelor and all that?
absolutely.
Yeah.
I can't even remember when I started watching The Bachelor, probably Ben's season
Oh,
in
wow.
college. So I'm a late bloomer,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
once I'm in it, I'm just
I feel like a
really
late
in
bloomer,
it.
but-
Higgins, that's the Ben Higgins. That's the name of our.
Higgins has been like the best Bachelor in recent times.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's so cute. He was boring but adorable, and I
Yo,
love
did
it.
you guys see that Lauren is engaged to a country artist?
I
Yes,
did.
Chris
When did
Lane.
she break up with that last dude she was dating?
Literally like less than a year ago because they've only been dating for less than a year.
yeah,
So-
that was crazy. She was like so in love with this other guy.
On that topic, yeah, they like made a music video about them getting engaged. It was like super
Chris Lane.
public and like Chris Lane.
Yeah.
It just seemed
Well, it
really
was, like-
staged and
well,
like not genuine.
It wasn't as public because it
I
was
have
like in there.
You
It
guys
was
want to hear
in
some little
her
scoop?
family's backyard. Yeah.
I have because we used to work in like country and stuff. I have a friend.
Oh yeah,
that's, like,
at the company.
Yeah. And I have a friend that's like gay, and he said like Chris Lane would like always like his shit, and like I don't know, he felt like there was something there.
Well, maybe. Hey, maybe
But, Chris Lane also
is
has a
like
twin brother.
Fluid.
Chris
yeah,
Lane-
that would be fluid.
Fluid.
Right there.
Jesus, now that I know the definition. Listen, Chris Lane also has a twin that looks like him.
Really?
Yeah, but it's kind of crazy.
Interesting.
So, a little couple of fun facts there. It's all allegedly.
Anyways, I digress.
Yeah, I digress. But yeah, so it looks like Ben also moved on too. So I don't want to just be talking about her.
Yeah, I
Wait.
guess it's his girlfriend's birthday, like either today or yesterday, or like
Nice.
whatever.
I didn't
But,
realize
yeah,
Ben was dating somebody.
Yeah,
I
he's
thought he
dating
was
some like
gonna
very.
date me. What?
Well,
I
being
know.
friends with Veronica, like, what was it like when she was like, "Hey, I'm doing a podcast," but you're like, "What?"
Well, so I remember when you guys were on a break, or what was you guys were under
We
like
call
a
it the
restrict-
vault episodes, but the hiatus.
vault,
Yeah.
the hiatus,
Yeah.
and just kind of explaining the drama around there. So that was the first, like, I guess, knowledge I had of the podcast. But I was
Yeah.
like, dude, you guys can like make it big. There's Bachelor Nation, man. Like,
Yeah, right.
You guys have a bunch of built-in listeners.
For sure.
And-
And like when you started hearing her, you're like, dude, V's like a natural.
Oh, I
Because that's
you
how
guys-
I feel about
you,
her.
You guys both have that like media background, so I feel like you guys really know what you're doing and
Yeah.
like know how to keep the flow good. But just I've had other friends listen to the podcast as well, and they say like, I didn't think I was gonna like the show, but you guys have amazing chemistry, so that makes it like.
No, but for real.
Love you so much, man.
I love best friend. Oh no, I mean
That's
it's cool
go
to
best
hear.
friend. That's my best friend.
It's really cool to hear when people do say that though, like because like the most random people that listen will be like, dude, like I listened to the whole thing like that. Like
it's always like it's usually like random dudes,
right?
Dudes like that
right. Like you would think like people would turn. I
always like turn it like give it to dudes that I'm like, because I have so many guy friends and I'm like, this probably isn't your bag, but like maybe give it a listen. And they're like, I love this. Like
one of the best compliments I get a lot is like I was entertained the whole time. Like
I feel I am. I'm entertained the whole time. I feel like you guys do a good job. Like also your two like polar positions on topics like makes it super interesting to listen to.
Yeah. Do you ever like feel cringy? Like, oh my God, I can't believe this is going somewhere.
There have been several episodes where I'm like, God, I need to text Veronica so I can put my 2 cents in.
I'll give you an example.
Oh my gosh. When you guys were talking about oh my God, hyper masculinity, or no, it was mansplaining.
That was one of our big episodes.
Man, I got really heated on that
really?
topic. I don't understand how you don't understand.
Because you're not a man, and don't try to mansplain that
and
to
that
me.
You were offended that that mansplaining was a thing. I was just like, oh man.
No. It's cool because like that's kind of like the crazy like catalyst of our show, like that episode, because that was when we like started like challenging each other and stuff, and it was like actually like a very like monumental moment, because it could have been something where like behind the scenes, like we really do talk about this stuff, and it's not like we just like we talk about stuff afterwards, like, hey, you know,
we get pretty passionate,
deep, like, you know, there's also things that like happen in our lives that we don't talk about on the show that are that like affect, like, you know, I could have said something to her about something completely different before the show, and then it's like, you know, we're talking about something, and like, you know, there's a lot of things that like people don't see. Yeah. But at the end of it, it's kind of cool because like there's always a show next week, which means that like we're like
we have to like each other next week.
Yeah, and that's when I realized that like she's actually like one of my best friends, because it's like, how does like I have people that are my best friends that I can't even do that with sometimes.
I think I'm a very strong, maybe it's because I like to argue, but I'm a very strong believer that you need to like talk things out with people, because that's how you develop and strengthen your opinions. I think not to bring it too wide scale, but the way that our country is right now is because people don't actually talk and air out their opinions, and if you're actually challenged, then you have to like bring your facts to the table. Right. So I think it's really important to have people you're comfortable around to truly talk about things.
I used to be like really concerned about it too, because like, you know, the premise of the show is Future Bachelor and stuff, but it's our show. Like it's equally as like she puts in, if not more work than I do on a lot of things, and it's like a joke though, like it's like my show, like we like do all that type of stuff, but it's our show. And you know, when it comes to like content and things we talk about, sometimes I used to get scared, like, am I coming off too aggressive or anything like that? But like
V always, I would fight you.
Well, like V always like stepped up to the plate and stuff, and like does it come off like at least we come to a resolution, or we'll eventually be able to come to like agree to disagree.
Yeah. Well, and
do you ever feel like, yo, like he's going too far or she's going too far? Or no.
Okay. My question to you would be, do you feel like that you guys have grown through doing the show and having those conversations?
I say that this podcast has changed my life. Like it's like, even like if I never went on The Bachelor or anything like that, we're gonna keep doing this, because like I feel like there's like people out there that like the same things we like. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like all the mixture of stuff, and that includes The Bachelor, and I'll never forget our roots, and like I still enjoy it. Like, you know, it's still something, you know, I'm looking for that Bachelor in Paradise. Like, so, you know, I feel like also I've learned about trying to not cut people off. Yeah. Like that's something that people have brought to my attention before. I love constructive criticism these days, because it's the only way we're going to get better. People will be like, I feel like you cut me off. You know, or like, you know, when she talks, like I just try to listen a lot more and hear her out. Like, I don't want to just say things when she's talking about stuff that she's more knowledgeable about, you know, like when it comes to a lot of, like I've heard people say in front of me, like, I like how like knowledgeable you are about these subjects. And so I know that now, and it's like, I let her just like explain it, and I'm like, nice. Okay. Like, you know, and I literally learn on this podcast, like having her and wanting to bring more guests on, you know, seeing your angle from it. Like I'm learning from it right now. Just like, you know, that's why I like bringing people on that listen, because I want to be like, yo, like, what is it like? You know, what are the moments that like really are engaging, because we want to do more of that stuff.
So, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. It's crazy. I just thinking about like cutting people off. It's so crazy how like when you envision like how conversations are gonna go, you always just think you're gonna talk the whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you actually do need to make space for what are they gonna respond and how is the conversation gonna go.
Exactly.
So I'm sure doing the show live.
Well,
you
even
just
having
never
a
know where
guest,
it's gonna go.
we get in a flow of things, and it's like, yo, how do we like,
fit someone else in?
Yeah. So, no, completely understand that, and it's cool. It's been a dope experience. Like, so when you watch The Bachelor and you hear us talk about it, like on the show and stuff, like, what is it? Do you usually agree with like the things we're saying, or
typically I agree, mostly just because I feel like Veronica and I are on the same page. It's like this is trash on fire, but I can't stop watching.
Yeah.
And like every decision that they make is so stupid, but I both sympathize and
yeah, I feel you.
and
Well,
watch.
why don't we just get into a little Bachelorette talk? What did you think about this last episode?
Hannah,
My girl.
Hannah is me circa 2016
Oh, wow.
of just
Retro you.
making decisions that are so stupid and everyone is advising her not to do. Luke is obviously a psychopath.
Yeah.
And even though he is lying to her, she is still like, but he's hot. And like that's that.
Yeah.
What do
like
you guys
her
think
whole,
the worst thing of like Luke P is right now? That he's done.
I mean, I don't love, like, right now, like, because it's fresh in my brain, and it's, like, one of my big, like, tenets of my personal, like, morals and things, because, like, I'm very, like, sex positive, which means, I am very much so, like, if you want to have sex, you have sex. If you don't want to have sex, you don't have sex. Like, don't, like, shame people. And, like, his whole, like, idea of, like, putting Hannah, because she's, like, this sweet Southern girl, into a box of, like, and, like, because she's, like, a Christian and whatever, like, putting her into a box, like, with the whole idea of, like, her naked bungee jumping date, which was, like, just stupid, honestly. Like, putting her into a box of, like, calling that, like, a boneheaded decision and, like, being like, that made me nervous
was he
about
talking about
to my
that
family.
as being boneheaded?
Yeah, that's
or,
like what he was like. That's what he was like.
I kind of I
referring
do like the editing sometimes. Like
Yeah.
I'll think about that. Like I think
That's fair.
Yeah, I think he could
That
have
is
been
fair.
literally being like, we sometimes do some boneheaded stuff.
But,
and
like-
if we do like, and that's like I've never heard someone say that. It does sound a lot worse than it actually is. Like it's like dumb things. I would say dumb things. Like what I'm saying, boneheaded souned a lot worse than dumb things.
Boneheaded just
That's
sounds
what-
like something
Like something the Flintstones might say.
I mean,
don't
yeah.
know.
Actually, what does that even mean?
I don't know.
Yeah,
But-
but I when I heard it too, I got the same feeling. I was like, whoa, like, dude, she's not gonna take that well. And I was surprised when she did actually just let it go. And
But she didn't, though.
Until she didn't. Yeah,
So-
I wasn't expecting that.
My biggest issue with Luke is that he makes Hannah think that she's crazy by like backtracking and like
Yes.
twisting. He's like saying like
he
I
gaslights
didn't
her,
say
low
that.
key.
Gaslighting her. And like I've been in relationships where that has happened
That's
before,
a real
where you're
thing.
like, well, I never said that, and like that was not what I said. You think that I felt that way, but that's not how I felt.
Yeah,
It's like, what are you
Well,
talking
twisting
about?
the truth enough where it's not like you're actually lying, but twisting it to where it was like the other person will almost admit it by like
Yeah,
just
that's
like because he
gaslighting.
did
Right.
something. You're like, so you did do that, and it makes it sound like I don't
Yeah.
know. I can't really think of an example. Do you know what I mean though? Like
Yeah, well,
like
when he
he'll-
was
he'll-
talking
like-
about like her visiting the family,
Yeah.
of like, oh, I just don't want this to like impact you visiting my family, and she was like, you said that in the same breath, and he was like, that wasn't even related, and it's like, why did you bring it up then? It
Yeah.
must have been related to
Right.
what you were talking. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, but I mean, he did also like admit he's like all that. I'm like I'm dumb. Like he, if anything, like he did like admit to being dumb about saying
Right.
stuff. He's like, I didn't mean to say any of that.
Yeah,
stuff.
but that's after he gets pushed to a point. Like, my thing is like,
But I do see him like doing a lot more drama now. Like,
Yeah.
you
well, I
know,
think he's only gonna last like 1 or 2 more episodes. I think there's gonna
Holy
be
God, they deserve each other if she keeps him on. Oh my
like,
God.
I think there's gonna be a 2-on-1 with him and Garrett, because Garrett is a shit stirrer. Like, I don't really like Garrett either.
Yeah.
Because especially because like Garrett's biggest struggle right now is like, well, everyone in my family was a football star. We all played high school football, and we went and did this. But I
like golf.
I decided I wanted to do golf instead, and that was a really hard decision. And I was like, fuck, this is the most privileged conversation I've ever heard in my life.
And honestly, dude, like, he sucks. I hate, I with my iMessage, I messaged you like, yo, I honestly hate like
really
Jed
dropping the like that you don't have a phone thing.
I don't like Jed right now, and I don't like.
Well, no one can I can't even look at the shit that Jed does right now. So like Jed did this whole he went out, he did a
They're giving him a lot of time.
A very dramatic.
They are giving him a lot of time.
Two buttons of his coat. Yeah, knowing that everyone's like,
fuck him.
Yeah, like everyone's like, fucking Jed.
Well, I mean,
if
you guys don't remember, last week it came out that Jed apparently had a girlfriend before the show. So all this lovey-dovey things you're seeing on the show, like
baloney.
Yeah, he had a girl that he allegedly said like, I'm gonna be faking this all. And it came out like in People, so it's like
People's like the direct connection. Like, I mean, People does like all the special stuff like after the Bachelorette and Bachelor, whoever like has their wife or husband to be, but like whatever.
Where's our Secret Life of Pets segment about this? Like, come on, guys.
That's a good
missed opportunity.
Demi needs to do better.
Demi, get her out of here.
Make your money, girl.
That's hilarious. No, but did you guys catch wind of this whole Reality Steve thing? Like Bachelor finally like trolled him or something like that. Like,
no,
his prediction wasn't like the right one.
Didn't he originally predict? He originally predicted.
I don't think
spoilers.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it.
I'm the same way with the movies, or not the movies, concerts where you don't look up the set list.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're not gonna look up.
Well, I don't want to tell like who it is, but like Reality Steve is a personality,
he
guy.
predicted one person, and it's not that.
Yeah,
interesting.
And he usually predicts.
Which is what all I know is that he predicted one person. I already kind of knew it wasn't going to be that person.
Yeah.
So I wasn't.
Who are your front runners?
God, well, originally.
Well, I
Jed,
don't even know. I don't. She knows probably more than I do. I'm just talking.
I don't
about
know.
hearsay.
I don't even know. I mean, I only know like one person.
I thought Jed was going far.
I thought Jed was going far, but now I don't.
There's
think
a lot
he
of
is.
good-looking guys.
From like what it looked like from some of the previews, it looks like Garrett goes kind of far. Actually.
Yeah.
It looks like Tyler goes decently far.
It just seemed like she got all the whack ones out, like the ones that she didn't like want.
I think Peter goes.
I don't know. They're all good.
I think Peter goes home.
I think Peter goes almost to the end. I think he might be like.
Oh, based on the little
pilot?
like teaser, I thought that like Luke got Peter sent home somehow.
No, I don't know. But I feel like
they do some great editing.
Man,
but
I don't know.
Yeah, no. So how did this end? Like they ended it like.
So there's let me just do a quick rundown of the dates. There's a first date, Garrett bungee jumping with naked, stupid, hated it.
Pissed off Luke P.
Group date.
What'd you hate about it?
What did I hate about the bungee jumping date?
Yeah,
it's just
tradition over there.
It's not tradition.
That's what they said.
I know, but that's baloney. That's like what Hannah said.
Did you check the Google?
No, it was wherever they were visiting. The guys came out and said, over here we do this thing where like it's. I could see that being like an attraction at some weird foreign country where everyone like. Oh no, that's cool. Break the seal.
Yeah, see, this is what always happens.
Yeah, White Claws. No worries. But yeah, no, I feel like that. I mean, that's like over here and when in Rome type thing, right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, like I'm fine with them being naked. But I thought that was just more for like the whole like, ooh, they're naked and like she's supposed to be a good girl and like whatever. So like I just like.
Yo, do you think it was necessary for Garrett to tell them that it was naked? Like, what if he didn't?
I mean, obviously, I think Garrett, he's a low-key braggart, and he, like, even did the whole thing later where he, like, made sure to go have, like, a talk with Luke and did the whole, like, sweet dreams, Luke. Like, he just, like...
That was so
dramatic. The most, like, savage line.
Luke is like, leave!
Like, and he's, like, petty. Like, he's petty Betty. Like, and even...
I'm going to bed. He goes, sweet dreams, Luke.
He even, like, admitted that last week that he was petty Betty. Yeah. And, like, my thing is, like, petty Betty...
He tried to play the bigger man,
mixed with, like, a psychopath is just, like, nobody's winning.
Yeah.
And it's, like, so, like, I think he's, like, slightly better than Luke P because he's just not, like, truly lying. That's like the only thing that really makes him better. And so like that makes him slightly better than Jed, because Jed's also lying because Jed has a girlfriend.
Let's wrap up the show.
Okay.
No, I mean the Bachelorette.
But Bachelor, and then so the last date was with Peter, and they pretty much like almost fucked in a sauna. So like I just don't really get the purpose of that date.
I see. All right, you know how like Ari's move was like the grab
push
the
against
face.
the wall.
No, I don't think
face grab.
Yeah.
I fucking hated that.
But Hannah's move is to straddle the guy on top.
Oh my god,
the mount count. I'm
mount
so
count.
like femme positive, whatever. But she is fucking mounting every single one of them.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I started to notice. I'm not trying to like slut shame or anything,
I'm not
but
trying to
that's her
slut-shame,
move.
but I am just pointing it out
Yeah,
that
exactly.
this is the first bachelor bachelorette who is very sexually charged.
Right.
If she's only made out with 5 people,
And I
it's
wasn't
probably
expecting
why.
that.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
I
because
feel
she like has never had. She's like, I need to make some.
Well,
moves
or that's
happen.
just like her sexy move, like you know what I'm saying.
I think
Maybe.
that's like
And it's just
it
coming
is
out
sexy.
like she does it
her,
every
like,
time.
I think that's her go-to. I
Yeah.
mean, that's probably
I think she's doing the dice thing too
Dude,
much.
if you're one of those guys though, you probably watch the show now and are like, oh man, I wasn't the only one.
No, I mean when the girl does that, it is pretty hot. Like
Yeah, no, it's totally
yeah.
hot.
that's a. If,
I mean,
like
yeah,
pro tip.
Yeah, it's definitely
hot.
it's definitely a move.
It doesn't have to be like sexual or anything like that, but it's just like
You just want women to sit on you,
mount you,
non-sexually, just
mount you.
mount you.
No, I'm just saying, like we're talking
Just be
about
like,
making out back in the day, like you know, like just a hot makeout session could be like dope.
I do love a good makeout.
But that's
A
like
little
that
necking
elevates
back
it.
in the day.
necking. Ooh,
Yeah.
at like
Sorry,
makeout
Mom.
point.
But there's makeout points.
Okay.
Anywho,
Anywho.
but yeah. So all right, well, what's in store for next week?
Next week, it looks like, I think that like the whole yelling, screaming match that like they keep showing in previews between Luke P and Garrett, I think that's a 2-on-1.
Hell yeah,
That's
they
what
definitely are doing.
I
a
don't know when
2-on-1.
that will be.
And you're not gonna mess this up.
You're not gonna mess this up.
Yeah.
But he's only doing that because Hannah told him to like be more screamy or whatever.
She
That's
just
why I
said,
feel
I
like.
need more emotion from you. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, you opened a door you
Girl.
didn't want to open.
Wrong door.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, that's what's up. Well, let's get into our slapper of the week.
Technically, TM like brought this back into our attention because we had
Honestly-
talked about it a week or two ago.
Yeah, we did want this. I wish I knew like the song that was that beat it that week, but regardless, this is still a good song, and I have to give the roses to people that deserve it. And Katy's back. She went through the rough, but she's
did.
back. You know
She's
what I'm
back,
saying?
and I'm kind of like, yeah, we talked about before how like we didn't want to like this
Katy
song,
Perry, no,
but
I do.
I'm
I
ready.
like
And
it.
TM loves it. She
I
actually
love it.
said.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's a bop. It came on like 3 times in the car for me today, and I was like,
Yeah, so I guess without further ado, we'll just get into our
Okay.
slapper of the week. But the thing is,
we gotta do our
Yeah, this is the
our
first time we don't
imaging.
sound it-
We gotta
yeah.
do our imaging.
so
like,
you guys are gonna hear us
live.
do it live.
Do it live.
Like you usually probably thought it maybe was, but it's in post. But here we go. Katy Perry, Not Really Over. Let's party, girls. White Claw it up, Mrs. Claus. Let's go.
I'm losing my self-control.
Slapper of the week.
This song slaps.
Starting to tickle back in,
Slapper. Yeah.
but I don't wanna fall
Not
in the
bad, Z.
rabbit hole.
What up, TM? A lot of letters.
'Cause my heart, I guess it's never really over.
Yeah, Never Really Over by Katy Perry, Slapper of the
Katy.
Week.
Katy Perry.
Yeah, she came back. She came back strong, people.
She did.
Damn.
Yeah.
Fucking damn.
Guys, I'm really feeling the White Claw. We got any
I was
shout
about to
outs?
say, I'm like, you seem a little.
Oh, does Mrs. Claus need to come back?
Yo, come back, Claus. What you got for those presents over there? What you got in your satchel?
Holy cannoli.
Anywho, yes, I love that flavor. How'd you know? It's my favorite. It's what I wanted.
Okay. Jesus.
What do we got for some shout outs?
All right, I'm gonna shout out. Well, first,
This is going to be an air hornless shout out.
okay, I gotta shout out TM, obviously,
Pew, pew, pew.
and Ray, and then Knip and Evan
Really
for our
nice.
fun, reunion weekend.
Dope.
Too fun.
It was very fun. A lot of fun.
Near-death
I have a photo. Well, not a photo. I have a video of me twerking at the beach. Two of
Of course.
I got the photo credit.
Ti-
It's really
typical
hot.
V.
I'm not
It's
gonna lie.
great. It's great. Yeah, no one's surprised by that. Honestly, people are listening. They're like, yeah, no, that sounds about right.
And who else we got?
I wanted to shout out my friend Stuart, who I accidentally butt dialed yesterday.
Stu.
And then we
Stu, you did a Studi call? Sorry, that's
but-
a joke.
Is this 2.0?
No, it's
No,
a
not
different.
Stu
It's a Stuart that I went to Mizzou
2.0's be
with,
back.
actually.
Yeah.
But
You did a little
he-
studio call. That's cool.
But then because I accidentally booty dialed him, then he was like, "Did you just butt dial me?" I'm like, "Oh my god, yeah." And then we just talked and caught up for a while. We haven't like talked in like
Aw,
a year.
That's
I love
cool.
that's the
So
universe.
it's
That's the
great.
universe.
It was
telling you to do it.
yeah, it was great. It was
Little
super cute.
Studioverse. Well, that's
Still
what's
works.
up. Shout out to your shout outs. I wish I had an air horn for. Yeah, there you go. My shout outs were very secretive last week. This was hard for me to keep secrets. But,
I know you had to like show it. You had to show me this stuff like before the show started.
My sister and my sister Pamela and my brother-in-law Victor are having their first kid. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And the way they surprised me, they had a little baby onesie. What did it say on it?
It said we don't know if it's gonna be like
It's like baby bachelor
or bachelorette, but like
January 2020.
yeah,
So shout out to them. Congratulations. I know.
super cute, and I hope their baby is a Capricorn.
Yeah, it's gonna be very close. So that's amazing news. I can't believe it. It's crazy.
I'm so excited. For them.
Shout out to Steegee. You know, we celebrated his birthday this weekend and stuff. We had a great time.
Double weeks back to back.
Yeah,
with Steegee shout outs.
yeah, Steegee.
He didn't even know last week.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oops. But then Amber also, because we tipped over in that canoe and we survived. So it'll be a story we can tell forever and ever. And then last but not least, another secret, Jordan and Ebony, they won. You guys ever watch the show Beat Shazam?
I've like seen the previews.
Do you know what Shazam is?
The like superhero?
No, that
No.
well, yes,
Like
that's
the
you're
app.
right.
Oh,
the,
yeah, the
app
app. Yeah,
Shazam
yeah.
to find songs. Well, Jamie Foxx hosts a show on Fox called Beat Shazam, and you have to kind of like they play songs and you have to like beat other people, and then the last round you have to beat Shazam. Like you have to like name the song before Shazam.
I
Gets
feel
in
like
5
I'd
seconds.
actually be good at that.
Yeah, me too.
need to enter
Honestly,
it.
it's actually a game show for me. That and Songland, but which I had learned a lot about, and I need
Dude.
to start watching. But what were you gonna say?
Have you ever been to the music karaoke at it's the Independent? They do it
No.
on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Can we go?
We
Yeah,
gotta
it's really
go
fun.
Oh my god!
on Wednesday. But wait, it's on
like right after this.
Let's go karaoke.
I was like, wait. I was like, on Wednesdays. That's when we're-
Karaoke doke, let's do it. No, for real though. Shout out to them. They won like over $170,000 on the show.
That's
Life changer
awesome.
money.
Now she's rich. I understand.
Yeah, now she's rich. So, many shout outs to them. That was really dope. So, Taylor Marie, do you got any shout outs?
I want to shout out Sarah Vickery, who is the friend that introduced me and Veronica.
What,
way back
Sam V?
I know, and she's out in like Utah.
Yeah, Salt Lake City.
Nice.
I think she's actually looking possibly to move to Texas, to Tejas.
Oh, so it'll be like a one-stop shop.
Yeah, one-stop shops are good for me, so I can see all my boo-boos at the
Dope.
same time. And then obviously I have to shout out Ray Bay.
Oh,
Ray
hey,
Bay.
baby, dude,
my
that's the
my
man.
sweetheart.
Hell yeah.
He also listens to the show and
Now
really
because
enjoys it.
I think it was
Amazing.
like after we talked to him and like after him like I shouted you out. Right?
Yeah, no, I always tell him when he gets the shout outs.
Yeah,
He's
we
like,
got a
"Really?"
party. We got a party again soon. I miss that
Yeah.
kid. So, I just want to also shout out you, Taylor Marie, for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. You're always welcome to come co-host. You're amazing, always to be around and stuff. So,
Yeah, you were good.
Yeah.
Even like with our kind of like lacking of some of our amenities,
Right.
as in sound effect.
right. And
Pew, 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 pew.
yeah. Sorry, guys. It's been a rough week for me.
It's been a hard time here in this
but
in the streets.
yeah, no, I feel like you definitely brought a lot to this episode, and like I hope you come back again and host with
Yeah,
us.
I'm happy to. It's
Awesome.
been awesome.
Amazing. Well, I guess that's been our show,
That's it.
guys. Our sound effectless show.
Sound effect list.
Sound effectless show.
Okay.
And yeah, guys, we'll see you next week. We're getting closer and closer to V's favorite episode number. We're 2 episodes away or 3 episodes away, people. So next week we got 67. Make sure-
I don't want people to think like that I'm some like crazy sex
Yeah, she's a
craze
sex-
person.
Everyone loves the
Predator.
number 69.
But it's just funny.
No, everyone's
like everyone's like
funny.
literally like it
Everyone's
doesn't matter.
first email was like Taylor Marie 69 or something like that. Everyone always added like 69 at the end of their
I was like, no,
At, like,
mine was
hotmail.com.
Dog Lover 5. Like,
Dog Lover 69 at hotmail.com.
69 is just
Dog
funny.
Lover 69 is hilarious.
No matter how old you are and how mature you think you are, you
Dog
always
Lover 5? What the hell?
it's girls. It's like soccer kick like XX soccer kicker XX5. Like it's like
Wow, you guys
Those are the
crazy.
kisses. I was very PG for a long time.
That's crazy.
my emails.
What was
were
your
always like,
AOL Instant Messenger screen name?
I think mine was Ellie's are sweet, as in elephants are sweet. 13.
Wow.
wow, I didn't have
Dark
one.
days, guys.
I wasn't allowed to have one, so I just went over to my friend Michelle's house and we would go on AM and her thing, and hers was literally like kicker like 2-2.
Kicker 2.
Whatever,
I
like
remember
something like
mine
that.
because me and my girlfriend at the
sucked,
time, it was like SR and then our day we started dating, which was backwards, which is
Lame.
3075, which is actually 5703. Guys, I'm old. How old were you in 03?
03, that's 3rd grade for us. So we were like, yeah.
We were in 3rd grade.
What? You guys are young babies. Get out of here.
I mean,
Anyways,
it only seems like we're that much younger than you in that sense, but like as
time
adults
travel,
now,
man. Yeah.
As adults now, like we're not like it's different.
Indeed. I agree.
You guys are crazy.
You know.
I love you guys. Thank you so much for being on the show. V, thank
I'm
you
on
for
the
being
show
here.
every week.
Oh yeah, that's right.
She's like,
My
I write
bad.
the show.
Dude, you guys are amazing. You're amazing.
Hey, thanks for being here.
Yeah, you're welcome. The Future Bachelor. What are you talking about? Anywho, guys, join us next week. We love you. This has been Future Bachelor. My name is Sai.
I'm Veronica.
And I'm Taylor Marie.
Hey! We'll see y'all next week. All right. Deuces.
Bye.
Future Bachelor Podcast.